The creepiest stop motion cartoon ever.
Yeah, this is colorized stop motion. So they're not dolls, obviously, but they're who among us has not wanted to do this?
I love that it's called Hearts and Flowers, which is like the most innocuous name for something terrifying.
Yeah, it's about a sailor and this guy, and they're both fighting over this girl, and she flies away to the moon.
I mean, that's the only sensible response. Like, if both of these guys, one who looks kind of like a monkey.
Yeah, they're really scary. The eyes are definitely giving like baby doll open close, like creepy cupid dead doll kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, we've gone straight past cuckoo clock into giraffe clock.
I know. I don't know what that was.
Okay, we don't have to watch anymore. We can stop. We can stop. Um, so, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
feel possessed already.
so yeah, I just wanted to show you a little bit of that's much longer, but I had to cut out the racism, so I could only show you about 30 seconds.
Oh no.
But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, so thanks so much. Welcome to my podcast. I'm the Sarah Normal Activity. And with me today, who's joining me are my haunted doll group chats. So I say hello to everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Rachel, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Rachel Scherer, and I have sold haunted dolls in my life.
Kirk, how about you?
Sure, that really sets a bar. Hi, I'm Kirk Damato. No, I do love a good haunted doll, but I don't have a professional affiliation with any right now.
And Lynn, say hello.
Hi, I'm Lynn Bixenspan. I have dressed as a haunted doll for Halloween and also as a teenager, inspired by Courtney Love and, Babes in Toyland and stuff. I had like Cupid dolls that were like all bloody and messed up, hanging from the ceiling.
Fight against Ains, say hello.
Hi, I'm Ainsley Waller, and worked for a long time for an antique dealer. So I've had a lot of haunted items go through my life, and now I still have some haunted dolls just sprinkled throughout my home, here and there. They scare children from time to time, and I can't stop having them in my house. Yeah, that's it. They're here. They're probably not haunted, but they do creepy stuff. So they're a lot of fun to live with, real quirky.
You have a fun house. You have lots of like things and little like lots of stuff fun things to look at in your house. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, they gather round.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Let's take a look at Rachel's stuff. What do you guys think? There's this,
Yeah.
why can't
Yeah,
I
let's do it.
Zoom window?
Just to give a little background here, and I feel like this might be something the other participants here may have experienced, but growing up, I was gifted dolls by various family relatives at various times of year, and sometimes they were innocuous, where it's like, oh, cute little stuffy. But at some point, my relatives got this idea in their head that I would really like terrifying porcelain dolls that could be set in a certain tableau. What made it even creepier was that my house growing up was a little bit of a hoarder house. It wasn't like fully hoarder, but there were definitely some elements to it where like stuffed dolls would get wet and then would just get put in a plastic bag in a corner. And you would just like, I don't know why that was the policy in my house, but it just made them extra scary. There were a couple of dolls that survived. This is one of them. And I believe she was initially billed as a like Victorian replica of some kind. You'll see her little spats, her little booties, and her little bustle, which unfortunately you can't see here. This doll forever raised the hairs on the back of my neck from the very second I got it. And it wasn't until I moved about 5 years ago that I found her and a couple of other dolls you'll see and decided like, I wonder if there's a good way I could rehome these. I had come back into possession of these and was just like, "Ugh, these feel weird. I don't like them in my space." So I discovered that on eBay you could technically sell paranormal dolls, as long as you were, had full disclosure about the fact that it was for entertainment purposes only. But this, I gave them names and tried to give them some fun backstories. But the truth of the matter was that these dolls just had bad vibes. So we could actually move to the next doll, Sarah, if that's cool. Um, this doll
Ooh.
was meant to be a Christmas tree topper, and I would like to open this up to the group.
Oh, the
Could you
eyes.
see this sitting atop a Christmas tree and not having the opposite effect of Christmas?
Oh my God. Just imagine like a little girl alone on top of a tree by herself as you like go to bed at night, just turning the lights off.
And her eyes are just stark dull terror. I
Yeah.
feel like this ruins Christmas alone. Like you don't need anything else.
It's terrifying.
I mean, I'm Jewish, so we never, had one of these, but like I feel like I understand enough about Christmas to know that this is creepy.
Yeah, it's just bad. I have a friend who has decided that his Christmas tree topper is actually a statue of Baphomet, which kind of love. And to me, this is more demonic. Um, so, and then moving to the final doll in this trilogy of
I,
terrifying
we'll
dolls.
see. I think I got them in the right order. I'm not sure if I did or not.
Oh, that's yeah. This is actually we'll do a little interlude here. I was recently really lucky and took a trip to Scotland and went to an operating castle called Blair Castle. Super beautiful. But one of the rooms that they had set aside was what the nursery looked like, and some dolls and things that were still in there. This is one of them, and it's wrapped in its tartan, and whew, you cannot poke your head in this room without getting a little shiver. The face, I could have this wrong, but I believe the face was actually modeled after one of the children in the castle, and I feel like it just retained their spirit.
Yeah, and for people who are just like listening to this in another tab, there is no face on this doll. This is a
It's a,
doll
well, it
with
seems very
absolutely nothing.
faint. Like, did they drew it on with a pencil or something?
Something. I mean, it's been there for hundreds of years.
Mm.
And again, I may have this wrong. Apologies to the people at Blair Castle who are so lovely. If I'm messing up this information, but yes, it seemed like it had worn away over time, and perhaps the spirit of the child within had not.
Yeah,
What
you
was
have to apologize to the spirit of the child because that's the one I'd be afraid of.
Do
Yeah.
they listen to podcasts?
They listen to this one, I
If it's
don't.
about them,
Well, my apologies as well to whatever spirit is trapped in.
little socks are fun.
it's giving Shroud of Turin. Like that's the best way I can.
Mm.
That's just the weird, vague impression. Highly unsettling. I also hate its little feet. The little.
Yeah. I was just thinking like they look short, and I can't tell if it's because the like shirt is long. Like the shirt, it's funny. I mean, I guess it's a tartan, right? Probably of something, but like it's also just seems like it could be kind of modern. You know what I mean? Like this could be a kid from now, so it's kind of has that feeling, which makes it a little creepier. Like almost like imagining that his clothes are like updated, like he just reappears in different things. If anybody's seen The Boy, um, and yeah, his legs look really short.
I also want to apologize. I don't hate his feet. In case he's listening, they're actually cute and great. If anything, maybe just unsettling yet fashionable. Ha ha.
You are
Yeah,
very
I mean,
cute.
no, I mean, yeah, I would kiss those little feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely that.
Also,
Yeah.
what were they doing to his face to make it rub off?
These are the
Kissing and
questions.
kissing and kissing and kissing.
Kissing and kissing and kissing and kissing.
Sometimes if you love a child so much, you can kiss its face off.
Do
I have
you
heard that.
think, or is this like a Velveteen Rabbit situation where this doll was so loved that the tears that presumably washed away the facial features brought this doll to life? And there's a little boy running around somewhere who's like eternally 7 and just dressed in these clothes.
Yes.
Possible. That's
I perhaps roaming the halls of that building. Was it a castle, you said?
It was a castle.
with the cast. I mean, we're better for a small child to roam eternally.
How about
Um, well, let's just jump back for a second to the trilogy of haunted dolls that I owned as a child. This was part of a collection of dolls that was created based on Norman Rockwell paintings. Um, yeah, Ames is covering eyes, and I agree. I do not remember the name. Like there was a name that came on the box with this, but this was a whole setup basically of a young lady staring in the mirror with her prom dress, kind of getting excited, presumably for the dance. Although the facial features here do not depict excitement to me more than a deep yearning to not do this. Uh,
That's supposed to be a young lady?
yes.
Yeah, I thought it was like a middle-aged
Yeah.
woman.
But now I did a little search on the internet. So yeah, I think it's like the prom dress and supposed to be a younger teen having probably made or purchased.
Yeah, this is more like on Golden Pond era
Yeah,
Katharine Hepburn.
absolutely.
Yeah,
1000%
totally.
Katharine Hepburn. Yes.
Yes.
For those watching at home, this is it's a redheaded doll wearing wearing a bit of an outdoorsy sort of outfit.
Yeah,
With
like a buffalo plaid, like a
yeah,
red and black plaid.
Yeah, let's even say like a farm seed catalog outfit.
Mm.
exactly.
100%. And yeah,
Right?
to reference, you're right. Yeah, it's called The Prom Dress. If you want to look it up, you can Google it by Norman Rockwell. And that'll give you an idea of like what it wants to be. But I don't know about y'all, but I feel like they did not succeed on this.
Her eyes are
No.
completely black.
Completely.
Yeah, I mean, also like I it looked with the dress, like I mean, maybe this is a more modern thing, but I feel like for the prom, you probably wouldn't wear white. So it's giving kind of like
Yeah,
bride.
wedding dress. Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I thought when I first saw it.
yeah. So I'm looking at it like she's like, I don't know, lamenting like her past when she when she got married,
Mhm.
or she wants to get married, or I don't know.
What's the night before, and she does not want to.
She doesn't
Yeah.
want to. I agree. This woman looks like, yeah, she's lamenting the past. It's a lot. It's like Miss Havisham moments.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got Miss Havisham vibes.
I just want to get back out into the fields and play with my sheep.
That's right.
Right?
God
Right.
damn it.
With maybe like a little touch of Grey Gardens in there, like a
Yeah.
little bit of something that's gone to seed that maybe was once exciting and is now just like, I am numb to this. This is just my life.
Yeah, and then from time to time, she puts it back on in the privacy of her own room whenever she can get a few minutes to herself.
Which is a lot. Like she has a lot of free time, I think.
Like,
So this comes with a mirror. Like, is the
This
mirror part of the doll? Like
The mirror
set?
is part of the set, yes. And you
Fancy.
were supposed to, I know, right? Very detailed. You were supposed to pose it like this. And let me say, I cannot assign any like supernatural movement to any of these dolls. They never skittered from one side of the room to the other. I did not wake up and they were posed differently or had different expressions. All I can say is just from a lizard brain gut level, bad vibes. Just do not want this around. So I think adding the mirror on top of it just adds an extra level if mirrors are sort of like portals to different dimensions or ways we think about ourselves, whatever. I was just always really freaked out by the mirror being there too, and half expected to like look at the mirror with this setup and see just like a totally different face on her. I would not have been surprised.
right, like
Yeah, or just the skull.
yeah, and it says monsters backwards in the mirror. You could see.
That's true. This nice call, nice catch.
Yes, my favorite. Can I tell you guys my favorite Katharine Hepburn quote? And I think I might be misquoting it, but I think Joan Rivers was like, "Will you ever wear a dress?" And she said, "I'll wear one to your funeral." Should we move to the next one?
Yeah, for sure. I think there are two more.
Okay. All right. This
let-
is a lot.
Wow.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot. Let's hop back to the castle. These last two picks are from this nursery. So for those listening at home, this is a rocking horse, but it's not like any rocking horse you would consider to be a horse. The limbs are unnaturally long, and the hair, I believe, is real horse hair. or real hair of some kind. And seated directly behind it on the wall is what I presume is like a daguerreotype or an etching of a loving mother and child. And the vibe is just, again, the opposite of that.
I mean, this is a Targaryen horse.
Yeah.
Definitely. It uses a flat iron on its mane and tail every morning to look that snatched and blonde, just like the Targaryens. Agreed.
I feel like this is the pale horse that death.
Mm.
It is. And it has spots. It's supposed to be a palomino maybe. But
And
no.
no,
It's
and
the elongation of the limbs that really is killing me. I couldn't put my finger on it. So many things about it are creepy, but the attenuated legs are really killing me.
Yeah.
and like a Targaryen, it always pays its debts.
It also has grayscale. I mean, if you think of like that,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what the spots do look like that.
or like bronze, or I don't know, whatever version. But also that the limbs like extend like around to be really long, to be like part of the I don't know what you would call it, but the mechanism that makes it rock back and forth.
Yeah. It's like stuck in rictus.
Yeah.
You'll know that rocks by itself at night,
Of
right?
course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tackling kind of going on, and maybe like the room turns red, and it's like,
Yeah,
and then
it
this
like
thing just,
comes loose and kind of walks around the room on its own.
hey, oh wow, that's too much. That's a lot.
Yeah, but you may not see it, but you come back in the room and it's in a different spot. So you're always questioning it.
And it's got that like Slender Man kind of movement in my head where it's got,
Yes.
because those limbs are so elongated and spindly, I feel like it, again, it just kind of like hover skitters.
Yeah, if he had a pony, it would be this pony. Okay, I save the best for last, in my opinion.
This is my favorite.
Oh no.
Oh yes, my friends. This doll was the last picture of dolls I took at Blair Castle because I needed you all to feel the terror of what happens when you leave Lydia Lane from Mr. Rogers Out in the Rain. This is to me, and again, for people just listening and not viewing the glory of this doll, this and please chime in, everybody. To me, this feels almost like it's dressed in like baptismal gear. That's been very clearly hand sewn, and there are pleats, there's like lace, there's a lot of attention to detail here, and a porcelain face that is so weathered and cracked, it looks like it could have come out of a crypt.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what it reminds me of? You know those like Victorian death, or I don't know if they're funeral or death, like photos where they took photos of the dead children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's also the way the baby is like laying down. It is very like dead pose. If you've seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, like how they did Lucy the Bloofer lady, like she was buried in a wedding dress. This looks like the baby version of that vampire that's gonna get good. It's just so
It
white.
could be a vampire baby.
Yeah.
Or like if a vampire soul of a vampire could possess a doll, just, you know, if anyone knows any more about that topic, but that's kind of what it's giving to me.
Yeah, the eyes are definitely malevolent. Like there's nothing else I can describe them as. Rachel, do you remember what period this doll is from?
Sadly, I don't. But I am guessing somewhere in the Victorian Edwardian era. Might even go as far as Georgian, not entirely sure. I know that's a big span of time. But what's also fascinating to me here too is the age on the face. And we were talking about this with the earlier doll, but for a doll that's clearly meant to be a sweet little babby, this face is giving like at very least middle age and has seen horrors in their life. Right?
Oh, yes.
It's mid-curse.
Or like early medieval Christ, like Giotto Christ, where they're supposed to look like adult babies.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird. And that's expensive. The reason I asked you when it was from is like the level of the kind of material that's used there, the lace and the pleating that you mentioned on it is so expensive. That would have been so just huge amounts of money to have a piece like that. I have my my grandfather's christening gown when he was a little baby, and it's very beautiful, and it has all this eyelet lace. It was like early 20s, I guess, and I would look at it and say, boy, isn't that fancy. And then to look at this, it's just the amount of money that was spent on this weird doll's clothes would have been a lot, regardless, like 1700s all the way through the 1800s. It's crazy. And then there's this thing inside of it, just like, that's going to kill you.
I think the doll stole the clothes from a human baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know the rest of it because it's just too dark to fathom. But this is a color photo, yes.
Oh, yes.
So it just this doll just drains the color from the world.
It looks like it's like not quite black and white, but like some bland, I don't know, sepia almost. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a daguerreotype or something. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, it's the Dementor. It's the Dementor of dolls. It has sucked all happiness from the air around it, never to exist again.
It's like sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Sarah.
It looks like a weeping angel that like stole your baby, and now your baby is a weeping angel.
Welcome to your baby.
Kiss my face off.
Yeah, if you blink when you look at this, I mean, this baby is going to be on top of you. But but it's going to need you to take care of it. You know, it's a baby.
Oh, you know what's creepy? Though it's made of porcelain. Oh, why do this?
Oh, that was horrible.
Well, now Pinhead is like is involved.
It's very Pinhead.
We just had our first jump scare of the podcast.
Yeah. But look at the eyeballs. No. You can see the eyeballs though now. Now you can really see the eyeballs.
Okay, those are human eyeballs. I mean, that's
just human eyeballs.
And they've just drifted and kind of fallen over the years, so they're just loose in the sockets.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the eyelids, like, yeah, there's not a lot of eyelid going on. So
there's no blinking. This is the unceasing, unrelenting stare of eternity looking at you.
I'm guessing it monitors this room, and I gotta be honest, I wouldn't come within 20 feet of this thing. Like I'm using binoculars to even look at it. It's truly heinous.
But like, what if it was beseeching you? You know, that's a big concern with, you know, possessed baby dolls is the beseeching.
Yeah. I feel like since this was in a castle, and I wish I had asked this question when I was there, I wonder if this was used as a front line of defense. Or like, I don't know if I don't think the castle was ever under siege, but if it was, I wonder if they would just slowly lower this baby doll
into the moat.
Yes, and just be like, good luck, forces. Good luck, invaders.
Enjoy. And it would just be crying out, beseeching, to your point, Lynn, just help the baby. And maybe crying and laughing and trying to lure them with its little porcelain cracked hands.
All of that feels completely accurate. Whether or not it actually is accurate, different question, but it feels accurate, and that's the point.
For entertainment and eBay purposes, works perfect.
And I will say this because unfortunately I have to run, but a quick plug. If you ever want to encounter and potentially even handle many kinds of haunted things, including dolls, there is a place in New Hope, Pennsylvania called the Creeper Gallery, and they have an entire catalog and selection of haunted items that you can view and potentially even purchase.
That is a good tip.
That is wonderful. But one question before you go, I need to know, did you sell these dolls? Did they have purchasers, the ones that you sold?
Though, yes, luckily I did not steal any of the dolls from Blair Castle, though I deeply wanted to. I felt like there was karmic static around that. But of the dolls I listed, only one of them sold, and it was the Victorian doll.
Oh, wow.
And the other two did not sell after several months of being online. So eventually, I did the unthinkable and did what many New Yorkers do and put them outside in a box and said free. And they were gone in moments.
They
I looked
ran.
away, they were
Oh,
gone.
well, this is like the prologue or the prequel then, and then there is like a whole other film of what happened to them in
Hmm.
their new homes.
Are they, and maybe was it just me that they wanted to menace in the new homes? Are they sources of good? I don't know, but I suspect not.
Well, thank you so much, Rachel. Those are amazing. What a great start. Good haunted dolls.
Thank you so much. Haunted dolls to you all, and
And
to all a
haunted
good
dolls.
afternoon. Great to see
Bye,
everybody.
Rachel.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi, Rachel.
Good.
Yes.
Oh.
They were £5 each, and we thought, we'll buy them because they look like they're worth more than £5 each. You know, hands up, I bought them to
Look at that
resell.
chair's beginning
Chair's
to rock.
rocking.
Look at that.
Who's doing that? Stop it. Who's doing that?
But you separated these dolls, you brought them home, and immediately you could feel that is this one got a name?
That's not it at all.
Yeah.
No, but
There, okay, that's all. I just wanted to show you guys that. That was pretty fun. Yeah, the stop
That's
sharing.
amazing. Wait, so they attacked her husband?
Oh yeah, there's still. I don't want to watch the whole thing. I wouldn't. You can go check it out on the Irish show in the morning. But yeah, there the whole point of that thing is that she went and bought these like $5 dolls. She's like, I hate them. They're terrifying. I hate them. But I thought they might be worth money, so I bought them, and they like scratched her husband's back or something. But it's
Whoa.
adorable that they like that the like this that they just started like rocking in the it's rocking, the chair's rocking.
Don't do that. It's no, I'm not doing it. I'm not, whatever, like they're denying. Yeah. I love that it's rocking right there. You're right, in the studio. And also, come on, we all know peak white people stuff. It terrified me, yet I had to purchase it. Is it like, is it a house? Is it a doll? Like something about it. I know we just can't.
A house? Is that your house that you bought? Terrified you?
Maybe. No, my house is pretty unhaunted. The guy who
No,
I bought it from was still alive. You know, as far as I know.
No,
Pretty good.
it's like it's adult goth vibes, but it's also like friendly adult goth vibes.
Exactly, friendly adult goth vibes. It has creepy stuff in it, but yeah, no haunty. As far as I know. Have either of you lived in a haunted house ever?
Sarah?
We had like one moment. There's only one, like a couple moments in my house where things moved in weird ways. Like one time, my dad came home from like a party and with my mom, and no one was home. And he like walked in and he heard someone walk like across the floor upstairs. And then he went up, he like ran upstairs and there was nobody there. And that was like that's like it. And I mean, I would hear, but it's also like, I think something too that happens that like, not to debunk or like steal anybody's like joy, but like stairs, like oftentimes like when you walk upstairs, it'll push the stair down and then like you'll walk away and then the stairs will like, the wood will kind of bounce back. And that sounds like someone's walking up behind you.
Right.
Most people probably know that. I'm not trying to ghost explain things to anyone.
No, I love ghost explaining. I feel like there are lots of, I mean, most stuff probably is just a regular, normal scientific explanation for things. I'm one of those people that believes that not in ghosts, but at the same time, I want to believe in ghosts real bad. So yeah, that sort of thing.
Well, what's scarier? Like, what's scarier if you're like, for example, if your dad heard someone and they disappeared, but it's because you had a hider in the house, like, you know, perhaps living in an attic or in your walls, or, you know, a home invader or something, you know, just run-of-the-mill home invader, human.
Yeah.
So like, what's scarier, that or if it were a ghost?
Like scarier is a person. Like human beings are
Yeah.
scarier than pretty much anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel with horror in general. But I guess that has to do with my like skepticism about ghosts. If I were 100% like, yes, ghosts exist in a malevolent demon way, they would be more powerful and then they would be scarier.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same. I would rather the ghost than the home invader.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can see a ghost. So does
But
anybody have
did you say marry a ghost? Sorry, is that what I heard? I heard that.
Oh, I
But if
mean,
that's not what you said, I want to know what you said, but I would like to talk about marrying a ghost at
I
some
mean, I
point.
said reason with, but
Oh, no, I don't want to
Oh,
reason with
reason
ghosts,
with to
but
marry. That's
I'll
if we both get to 35 and neither of us are married, me and this guy.
who hasn't had a ghost friend, like a ghost bestie that we've had that conversation with, you know?
Constantly.
Is that the rose I bought you?
It is. This is your honor, and this is very. It's not a doll, but
That's
this is a
beautiful.
beautiful floating rose crystal ball that Sarah gave me, and I love it, and I keep it on my desk every day. And I imagine that it's a haunted rose that I can tell the future with.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It makes
And
me
I
think
hope,
of like the crystal ball in the Wizard of Oz, where you can look and see something.
yes, exactly.
Or the
I
witch.
also have a little bird that is haunted, bird cage thing that I brought. If you wanted to give your
yeah, let's
opinions.
talk about it. Let's take a look. Where's my hair?
So this
Ooh.
is my little haunted bird cage, and I'm sorry it's a little bit blown out, but if you can't see, it's kind of like a fake Delft or maybe real Delft china bottom with windmills on it. It's a stand, and then the top is a tiny dusty rusty miniature bird cage. The bottom is lined with fake grass that's very tiny. There's a little bouquet of sad felt flowers. And in the center is a pretend bird, like a little stuffed bird. And this little lovely thing, we'll see if it'll do what it's supposed to, but it's a music box.
Does the music ever start up by itself?
Yes.
Moving.
Everything's coming up roses, and it kind of jerkily twirls around in a very stilted way. And it definitely will play by itself in the room where it is. I can tell you my explanation for why I think that is, or I can just leave you with that fact that it plays by itself sometimes.
Can you make up an explanation that is creepy?
Well, as a matter of fact, it was received from a person who I know who is truly evil. And I think that this is possessed by the spirit of a creepy yet kind, watchful little spirit inside of the bird. And every once in a while, it just wants to let you know it's there. And it's like, hello, hello, chirping. And it has like really good intentions, but it's super creepy as fuck. And like when people are like, oh, it gets a little bit like disappointed in them and, like a little bit sad. That's my sad.
So it's like it's haunted, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice haunted one. Children do not like it. Children who are in my house are like, why is this here? Why is this in this room? They dislike it. But I also, I would love other theories onto why it's actually twirling by itself. Perhaps it's possessed by something else.
I mean, birds are omens, right?
True, they are.
So, like, what type of bird is that? Do we know?
What do you think?
Like a little, like the canary from the coal mine.
I think
It'd
it's
be a canary. It could be a little warbler.
Yeah.
Ainsley, can you bring it up? I don't know. Well, I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make you appear on like the second screen, so you have to talk.
Oh, okay. Yes.
There we go. Okay.
Bird, and I am going to
There we go.
wind
Okay.
it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's a little warbler. Do you want me to try and get a bird expert to see? She might want to stay off camera though.
I would love a bird expert to tell me what kind of bird this is that lives in my house and jumps up from time to time, even though it is not alive as far as I know, or in the way that we understand being alive.
Yeah, I think it might be a little warbler. It makes the most sense. A canary type bird also does make sense. I love it. My theory is that the spirit is it is a positive and almost a joyful thing to let you know. I feel it could be an omen of like when it chirps or sings, plays the song, it wants you to be aware because like it's almost like the haunted equivalent of a doorbell or a phone ringing or a notification on your phone, that something is afoot that might not be noticeable by the mortal eyes, ears.
yeah, like the between the veil between our two little spaces is getting real thin, right?
Yeah.
So it's like an alarm. It's like a bird, like a smoke detector, or but it's a detector of evil things, or an omen, or
Well, I don't even know if it's evil things. It could be anything because all birds will just sing for the hell of it. They can be noisy.
that's how they communicate, right? So
That no one knows.
No
no
one
one
knows.
knows.
No
We
one
don't even
knows.
know if birds are real.
That's
It could be fake. They could be fake. I like it though. It does. It is giving me like just letting you know something, and even like real corporeal animals will want to just tell you something. Sometimes you might not always know what that is, but they're like, hey, by the way, there's a squirrel outside, or whatever is in their minds. Please touch me. I don't know, but yeah, I think you're right. It's just maybe it's a little. Birds are omens, and they're supposed to go between the worlds. You're right, like between the other side and the living, and they're kind of psychopomp is the really fancy word for what some people have said they are, that they meaning they transfer souls from the living world to the world of the dead.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I guess I only
That's
really know about like ravens as omens, or doves, I guess.
yeah, both.
But maybe there's a
Really,
whole host of other types of birds, and each bird has its own meaning.
There's
yeah.
probably right. Like throughout the world, I'm sure like different parts of the world have different stories about different kinds of birds.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
could Google this, but like that would ruin all of it.
oh, don't Google it.
What's supposed to know for real?
No, I'm pretty sure there's like at least 7 types of birds. So
Probably at least
that's a
7.
good
Yeah, I
number to
mean,
go with.
it's 2024. By now, there's got to be
There
7.
could be an 8th
There
new
could be an
bird
8.
just
Yeah, I
dropped.
haven't kept up with avian science, so I don't know.
Me
Are
neither.
sparrows
Yeah, I
are
feel like
sparrows still considered birds?
I don't know. Are they still a
um
thing?
not anymore. I think they've been moved on to a different category.
Okay.
Yeah.
The big
Okay.
umbrella term of like the little guy. They're just like little guys running
Oh, little
around.
guy. Yeah, little guy is a whole other
It
category.
is.
Like a snail or a mouse or a sparrow.
Right. And we
Little
got
guy.
to categorize them one of these days. It's like the junk drawer. All the little guys, and we got to sort them out, but they all fit in the drawer, so they're good.
Yeah,
That's
but I don't
right.
want them
Yeah,
to think if any little guys are listening, we just meant this in a scientific way. You're all
Right.
great.
Right.
We love you.
100% scientific. Yeah, you're great little guys. You stay where you are. Do what you are liking to do, and you don't need to get involved with anyone else. It's
No
fine.
beseeching. No beseeching.
No beseeching.
No beseeching,
That's right.
little
No
guys.
beseeching.
No beseeching, little guys. I was thinking
No
about
luring.
no leering, no luring. I was thinking about how like music boxes is a good example too of like there's haunted dolls and like music boxes and like stuff from child, like even like the Plinky, because like music boxes are supposed to like lull you to sleep, like lull a baby to sleep, lull a baby. And it's like how like children's things are like sweet and wonderful, but if you distort them just a little bit, they're horrifying. You
Like
know,
children.
just like children.
Ooh.
It's true.
Just
Like
the
I was
tiny-
watching uh the Omen weirdly for the first time, and it's really the child actor is just a child, like a 5-year-old kid, and there's nothing. They're not making him up to look like evil. He's not like a creepy doll. He's not Chucky looking, but something about this particular child looks diabolical, and you can't quite put your finger on it. But yeah, it's maybe something like it's taking something child, and you just twist it a little bit, and suddenly you're like, you're from the pits of hell.
Mhm.
Yes.
I saw a movie that's a lot like that recently. It's called Clifford, and the
The
child is
big
played.
red dog. Oh.
No, Clifford. There's 2 Cliffords. There's the good
Oh.
Clifford, which is a big red dog. Then there's this evil child Clifford, played by Martin Short. And oh boy, if you ever get a chance, there's a whole monologue. I think it's Charles Grodin is the regular adult fighting Clifford. It's very Omen-like, except not. And there's a scene where he's like, "Can you just act like a normal kid?" And it is Martin Short failing to listen, like to just watch someone and listen. And it's so creepy. It's also very funny, but I'm like, yeah, this is messed up. And I think it gives me very good Damien vibes. So
Is it
Clifford.
a comedy?
It's from that time when it's meant to be a comedy, but like to watch it, I'm just like, oh, this is horrifying. This is a haunted child. And it also is a man who is, I don't know, he must have been in his mid 40s at least when he's playing Clifford as a little child, and they never comment on that. Um, so is it
Wait,
funny?
what?
Yeah, adults playing children automatically creepy. I'm thinking, I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
And
But like he
yeah.
gives this face where it's like, can you just listen normally like a child? And he's like, no, not like you're failing right now. And I was like, this is a master class in acting and horror. It looks like possession. Um, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful haunted doll.
You know what? That's not okay, not haunted, but I'm thinking about Adam Sandler, as I so often do. And I was like,
At least
thinking,
3 times a day.
yeah, oh, I mean, I can't even listen, I don't want to say, but no, but seriously, so like when I was like, I guess ninth-ish grade, like the movies that were like really cool that we had to watch on VHS over and over were like Billy, oh my God, I want to say like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I almost said like Billy Madison and Happy Madison and Gilmore Madison and all those guys, Water Madison, all
The Madison family, they're
the
all
Madison
related.
family. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The Madison verse. And I'm thinking about, there's like that like and Adam Sandler, like he does go back to school because, it's like a nightmare come true. But like he is like this weird child, like even though he's supposed to be an adult, right? Like he's weirdly childlike and everyone just accepts it as like funny. But then he's also like dating adult women. I mean, you could say a lot about like, adult men and, and their behaviors as children and being infantile, whatever, all that. But just like, I feel like that was just like taken as funny and normal, but like it is creepy.
Yeah.
It is creepy. That's why I said, like, I can't understand. Like, Kirk is describing this movie, and I know what you mean, Lynn, by like Adam Sandler being this very weirdly man-child, like taken to an extreme, not just like I only sit and like eat Cheetos while my spouse like runs
No,
my
his
life.
voice, all of his characters like have that kind of like weird Adam Sandler voice that like I'm really tempted to do, but I'm not going to do it.
But then like Kirk is telling me about Clifford, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's just an adult playing a child and no one ever comments on this. Is he supposed to be a
I
child?
think he's supposed to be a child. Like it's just like, hey, Martin Short, do you want to do Clifford? He's like, hell yeah. So it's a lot like Problem Child, which is also a horrifying thing because this child is dangerous. And I blame Home Alone and Chris, like, because it was like, hey, it's fun. It is fun for a child to torture two adults. But also, if you think about it, sometimes it's it's not fun when you're the adult being tortured.
I mean, if you're a burglar, yeah, I mean, like we could go into, the ethics of like, did those burglars deserve it from that child? But
But that's a whole other podcast.
yeah,
It's a
there's
very different audience.
Tune in for our sub series on the ethics of Home Alone. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Ainsley, are you? I have some things to say about creepy cute.
Let's do it.
Feel like
Oh yeah.
but I don't know
I
if
think
you're
you should
still
say
showing
them.
your. Okay, so
No, I'm done. I
I don't have many things from my childhood because they all burned down. That's true. But I also had a
R.I.P.
bit of a hoardy home, and then I don't know that I was into creepy cute as a kid, but like I said, like when I was a teen and I was like, this is so dark, but also so like, do you guys even see the darkness like in all of the cute things? Do you guys see the darkness of the world? Like that kind of thing. So and then I kind of like rejected things that were too cute because I was like really cool. Like I remember this is like Ainsley, when we met, you were wearing this very cute like cat ear hoodie. And I was like, and right now I would be like, that's so cute. And at the time, I think I was like jealous that you could pull it off because I was like, I don't know, I would feel weird about cute things because like of the darkness in my soul. But like knowing you, I'm like, I feel like even just you wearing it could be creepy cute. You know what I mean? Like going through
It
those
was
eras of like rejecting cute and then embracing it.
I did that. I rejected and then I embraced. Same. And you could, I'm going to say right here, right now, at that time, you could have worn that same thing and pulled it off. I'm just saying. Um, but
Not but my soul would have been too dark, you know.
your
Yeah,
soul
yeah,
was
yeah.
too dark at that point for a cat ear hoodie. I agree. You have to like go through a transition as a person in order to like do that. Is
Yeah.
it the right thing? Is it the wrong thing? I don't know, but you do have to transition to
So
that.
I will
Like,
show you some items, and I will also give the caveat that I have a 5-year-old son who is getting into creepy things. He was like really into Halloween for a few years, and despite being into horror, I was never into Halloween for whatever reason because I thought it was cheesy. I've since embraced Halloween, probably since having a kid who was like obsessed with it. And then also like there's that weird line of like, what do I keep around my house that's creepy, while also telling my son not to run around like screaming about murder, you know? So I'll just show you. Well, so this is from Halloween a few years ago.
Oh yeah, that's
I
creepy.
love this one.
And I feel like this is just like, I mean, I'm a little lazy about costumes, but it almost just feels like a costume in itself.
It is.
I don't know. I was just saying, like, could I Google image search? Yes. Will I at this point? No. It looks, I thought I said it was from The Purge, but I don't know. The Purge has like a lot of different types of masks. But yeah, it's a creepy doll. Um, it is cracked. It is like it has the fake cracks, and then it has like my son broke the cracked part. But yeah, this I feel like this kind of embodies the feel of like the things that I really like to collect because it's cute. Is it cute? I don't know. It's
Yes, it is. It's cute and it's horrifying. And if you can't see it, it's I don't know, Sarah, how would you describe it?
It's like the face of a baby doll. So it's like you took a baby doll's face, and then you put a little makeup on, like a nice lash, a bold lip, and then and cracked it and gave it some
Right.
cracks. So she's still smiling, but she's all broken, just like a metaphor
whoa.
for a
Whoa.
beautiful,
You
beautiful.
said
Guys, it's really me.
Right?
what? It's
It's
really
been really me
you.
the whole time.
Oh,
Whoa!
wow.
So in the
Thank
creepy,
goodness.
so I'm gonna
I
go.
love that mask.
So
It
creepy.
really is. It's like this whole time we've been looking at creepy dolls, and then Lynn suddenly became one. I think
Yeah.
that's cool.
And it's literally
Yeah.
but the second like when you're like looking on, it's like, oh, that's creepy. And the second you like tip your head to the side, that's all you need to do. You know what I mean? Just like tipping
Yeah,
your
right. Something about the tipping is like it's like an inquisitive dog. It makes you feel like the creature is actually alive. It actually makes me, this is a good tie into Ghostface because I am very obsessed with Scream and somewhat more recently I've been collecting Ghostface stuff. Not like the costumes, but Ghostface dolls. And I find Ghostface can be kind of comical because he can be really clumsy and stuff. But also he's creepy when he goes like this because you know it's like, but you know it's a person in a costume, but the costume almost like imbues whoever's wearing it with like extra superhuman strength. Is like the explanation that I tell myself about like why he's able to do. He or she is a little Ghostface. The character I think is a he, even though it could be a man or a woman, you know, underneath it. So I have a Ghostface collection of various cutie pies, but this one I think I showed you, Sarah. I find this one particularly funny because it's from Handmade by Robots. So they do like 3D printed characters and a lot of horror characters. I have like a bunch of different ones. But the reason I think this one is very funny is because, well, it's pink and it's for breast cancer awareness.
Because
So,
Ghostface would love to kill breast cancer.
yes.
I would love to see that movie.
Me too.
A
Like he would
PSA.
be relentlessly fighting against breast cancer. I
Like,
feel like it's a
stab it
really
out.
good like branding synergy there.
But they don't even like say that on the box. Like it would be great. Like say like so we're all, you know, a lot of us here are copywriters and we could come up with ideas. But yeah, no, they didn't even do that. Sorry, Handmade by Robots, you're great. Please give us free stuff. But
But there's a little ribbon, right?
yeah, it's a ribbon. It's actually fading, unfortunately. I don't know if you
Okay.
can see, but it's got the breast cancer. It's also got like the pink, you know, a pink knife, pink feet. So that's definitely a creepy cute thing.
I've got to say it. That's what I want fighting cancer from now on. Is freaking ghost
It's
face.
Ghostface.
Like
Ghostface.
just go in on it. Get rid of
Yeah,
it.
and like we don't need like the monologue and the unveiling at the end and all that. Like we just need like we need what you're best at. Stick to that.
Middle
Stick
of
to
the
that.
night, middle of the night, get in there, get the cancer, get out.
Yeah.
That's right.
And related to creepy dolls, so I never watched these as a kid, but I've been watching classic creepy doll. This guy, I don't know if you know, perhaps you know Chucky of
Chucky.
the
Chucky.
Classic.
creepy cute. This is a sticker. This is a bath bomb.
Okay, this is. I was like, is that soap? Okay, it's a bath
Yeah.
bomb.
It's a bath bomb.
That's incredible.
I have all of these like
Wow.
horror themed bath bombs, but I don't want to use them because then I feel bad like that they're going to be gone. Although also like I guess I could worry that like the actual creatures are going to be mad that they like, dissolved in my bath.
It might be good. Like just let it dissolve. And it's a wild thing. I've never seen that. It is a bath bomb in the shape of Chucky's head. A pretty creepy Chucky's head too. Like
And yeah, it's spattered with blood gleefully.
briefly.
But yeah, I don't think Chucky cleans up. Like at least based on what I was just watching from Chucky season 3, where Chucky is in the White House.
He's not what?
Chucky in the house.
Chucky is in the White House. Chucky, I won't get too into spoilers. I've only watched a few episodes, but Chucky has made it to, the seat of power because he is the doll of like the president's little son. So he's been murdering everybody in the White House.
I guess he's sticking to what he does best. I don't want to get weird about it, but I guess anyone can get into the White House these days. Hey.
Oh, well, and I'll show you one more Chucky thing.
Oh, wow. Is it
So,
soap?
yes, it's
Okay. You were like a Halloween product magnet, and I have smelled your Chucky soap. As a matter of fact, it smells great. It's giving a lot of Halloween candy. This is just making me feel the season.
This is from Twisted Allure, but it's old, so you can't get it anymore. It smells like raspberry candy. Like Chucky probably might in real life. I don't know. I've never smelled him, but yeah. Also, Twisted Allure. If you want to give us free stuff, go ahead. But this one says Glamgoria, I think.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Glenn.
But yeah, but it's interesting to me in terms of haunted stuff that Chucky is actually possessed by a real serial killer. So not like by a human. So it's the combination of like the real life murder, like we were talking about, but then he's able to possess a doll. So he's not possessed by like a demon, like I would think most haunted dolls are.
Well,
Right.
he's sort of possessed by, I guess it's not a ghost because he died, Charles, the serial killer, but transfers his soul into Chucky. So
Yeah, I guess
he's sort of
his soul-
still alive.
Yes, that's true. And he can transfer his soul into like different beings still.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he transfers, at least in the show, like into an army of Chuckies, into like various by splitting his soul in a complex ritual.
Wow.
But yeah, I do think it's actually kind of creepier to have like a serial killer doll who can infiltrate places than it is like a demon. But again, I don't know. I've never been face to face with a demon doll, so don't like quote me on that. But
Right. It might end up being really scary for you.
yeah, no, it's probably not going to happen. Probably.
I think demons are a little scarier to me than humans, maybe. I got to think about it. Because
I see what you mean, because they like with humans and ghosts, I feel like there's certain lore where you at least we've all heard enough ghost stories where it's like, well, the soul in this baby doll, something horrible happened to the baby and it died of neglect, and so it's trying to get its own back. And once you like rock it or whatever and tell it it's a good baby, then maybe the soul goes away. But with a demon, like, what do you really do? Like, can you talk to it? I don't know. Like, there's
depends what it wants.
It wants your soul.
Well, then, yeah, like I wouldn't want to personally, I would not give my soul to a demon. That's just me.
That's, I mean, that's
No,
everybody.
I'm not giving it up easy.
No.
No, and like respect to anybody who makes that choice, but that's just like not for me.
Agree.
I have a couple more things that are not exactly dolls, and they're not, but I just feel like I have to show them because like people in my house think they're creepy, but my son loves them. So you may
Yeah,
I
that's
agree with that thing. Get that out off the
No,
camera.
why?
that is
Oh,
creepy.
wow.
That's weird.
I'm gonna walk off this whole thing.
this is like a really good friend of mine.
Sarah, did you clear this with Lynn beforehand?
This is an October surprise for me.
Wow.
Happy Halloween. These are plushies by the famous meme artist, Chris Simpson's artist. And this is from my son, the bee. Like not my actual son, but like, he has like a comic about his son being turned into a bee. And it's like, you love your kid anyway, even if they turn into a bee, right? So like, would you love, your kid, your pet, your partner, whatever it is, like, would you, like the kind of like, would you love me if I were a worm thing going around?
In this case, I'm saying no. Like, sorry, you're going right out the window. First of all, it's the worst way that you can imagine a child becoming a bee. Like you could imagine a lot of cute things with a kid and a bee, like a little combo, and they have little wings and they're chunky and cute. Chris, the artist, who I do love,
Sure.
created it's horrifying. Like to see his work, his cartoon work brought to 3 dimensions is yeah, you're right. It's a Halloween, it's an October surprise from hell.
Yeah,
definitely more creepy than cute for me.
See, I think it's kind of cute. I mean, I guess it also depends how cute you think bees are. He has a tail.
Or a stinger.
Yeah, but he doesn't die when you sting. It's a little phallic. He doesn't die when he stings you though.
Yeah, he just can kill again and kill again and kill again.
Or kiss, kill, kiss. And then one last one, also by the same artist. These sit next to each other. This is an adorable lamb. You could give it to a baby. Yeah. As like I had a lamb when I was little, and that was also a music box, or like had a music box inside of it. And originally I named it Lammy. And this kind of reminds me of Lammy. If Lammy had a semi-human face, which like, don't you always wish that like your stuffed animals when you're growing up had kind of a semi-human face?
No.
Every once in a while, it like your background is like redacting the face, and it's like
I know because I blurred out the background.
It's like really appropriate.
I know it's funny. I was trying to decide. I don't really have anything like in the background. Like it's like corporate logos in the background that you can't see. No, but yes, I know. I think it's creepier this way. So just like watch it, like blur the edges of into like unreality, and then come back.
Appropriate.
Yeah. So that's like that's what's going on at my house. What's up with you?
Were we supposed to bring items?
Oh, we just chose to do this. Don't feel left out if you didn't. This was just my choice.
These are the haunted dolls that you have like within arm's reach, and then
yes, I just gathered them around to bring the last like hour.
The bird was a planned guest, and these were like the surprise guests. Okay,
these are some surprise guests. I did like mention something to Sarah, but not I didn't like clear everybody. Rachel has schooled us all with like the slideshow. Kirk, I just feel like, you intuitively understand a lot about haunted dolls.
I appreciate that. Yes, I think so.
I
like them. When we chat about them, I think everyone's ready to throw a haunted doll under the bus here, but I like that pig that was on the wheels. I was like, I'd take that in my house.
Oh yeah, I sent Kirk like a.
Oh yeah, the new one. I love it.
So we didn't. I didn't even really address this. I should have addressed it at the beginning, but we have a group chat on Instagram where we send each other haunted dolls. I think that was actually pretty clear though about what we said. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it lightly at the top, I thought, but yeah, this is we all talk about it like all the time. It's
haunted dolls, but like it expanded to be other weird, uncanny toys or doll-like things or anything that's kind of uncanny.
It's one of my
I have to say that this haunted doll chat group that we're all in, not everyone loves it. I've been
True.
banned from sharing anything from this to my sister. It has a lot of items in it, a lot of things like.
I have to make sure that I'm in the right headspace to open it.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, because it's hilarious and amazing and I love it. And once in a while I'm like, that's a lot. What I just saw was a lot. So I'm gonna have to kind of wrap things up if you guys don't mind, because it's been about an hour. But I want to show you one thing. Are you guys okay with me showing you one thing?
Yes, please.
Please.
Shush, shush, wait, shush.
One thing.
One thing.
Oh no.
Right,
No.
I want us to talk about
wow.
I want to talk about how this makes us feel.
Okay.
We're looking at a sad hobo clown doll sitting in a chair.
It is moving.
Wait, is this playing?
Yeah,
Yes.
it seems like it's moving.
Oh, I already have big feelings.
I mean, I know you
about
love clowns, so well, that's
Shut up.
sped up. Okay, so it's moving like very slowly, like almost imperceptibly, but then
Yeah.
the video got sped up.
Or it's like a
it's
time
slumped
lapse.
down.
And he's sad. His face is sad. So
A
he's
lot of hobos are sad, in my experience. This is just my experience. Like,
This is awful. This is terrible. I hate clowns. Hobo clowns, sad hobo clowns are possibly bottom of the barrel. Horrifyingly, my husband used to dress up as a hobo clown
Oh, yeah.
character. Was this to torment me? I don't know. But yeah, so this I dislike. I dislike how it slumps down
Mhm.
and that's its movement. I'm thinking a lot about the person who set the camera up like for a long time to just watch this hobo doll clown just slump. And what their lifestyle is. It's just a lot of questions for me.
I mean, so I think, do we think that all hobo clowns are drunk?
Yes, 100% all the time.
I'm not trying to stereotype. I just thought it was part of the definition.
Yeah.
They're all drunks. They're all.
That is part of being a hobo clown, right? I'm not trying to, again, I'm not insulting the hobo clown community. Like, this is part of being a hobo clown. I thought this was like an entry, like point of entry, drunk.
They're winos by definition, drunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
falling down between two buildings with an old glass of bottle of wine. Yes.
And are they the same? Do they also go on, like, or do they go train hopping? I know like typical hobo, I don't want to say normal, like a lot of hobos go train hopping. Do hobo clowns go train hopping?
They do it on the clown train, which is very small, and they can all
like a car
get to them.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
so
it's like those little baby trains, like when little kids can ride on them, but adults can't, and then they all come out of them, and it's a horrifying sight. It's like a variation of body horror to me to witness that.
It is
filling out like a spider's egg sac.
Yes. Oh God, yes. But imagine there's just like millions of them, and it's all they're all like not children, like they're necessarily smaller, but like slightly warped variations of the original.
Yeah.
So, okay, based on what thank you. I just wanted to set this understanding of hobo clowns. So, based on what we now know about hobo clowns, do we think that how that hobo clown got in the person's house, like, is that a real hobo clown? Because I feel like it could be a doll, but it could also just be a really drunk, small hobo clown.
It could be a terrifying circus act of like the clown just moves slightly, and you're just like, stop doing that.
But wait, imagine paying to go see a very slow circus where it was just gaslighting you, like almost imperceptible, very slow hobo clowns. No one? Okay. Well,
no, I feel like it's a microcosm of its alcoholism. It's just descent towards rock bottom slowly as it sits there. I think it's a doll or an unholy blend of doll and human.
That's what I'm thinking. Again, kind of like something from like What is the Boy? And have you seen The Boy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I know the end. I don't want. I mean, we can spoil the ending because it's been around for a long time. But
Well, I don't want to. I mean,
I could
Yeah.
take my headphones out because I've never heard of The Boy, but I find that hilarious to me that that's the title because the boy is a term that we use in the choose your own adventure community to reference the narrator and or the
oh,
character is
oh,
always the boy. And so which is unfair because half the times in theory it should be a girl or it's at least someone that we can't tell who the protagonist is based off the illustrations, but the default has become the boy. So now I want to see this movie about the boy, especially if it's a horror movie.
it's but it's a doll that a woman is hired to take care of, and it
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen the trailers for this. It does look fascinating.
Yeah.
And yes,
it's
touching
better
on
than you would think it would be, but the boy two directly contradicts all the lore established in the boy. So don't bother with the boy two.
wow, messed up.
much like American Psycho 2 contradicts, I
Oh
believe,
man, I
American
haven't
Psycho,
watched that.
but
Wait, is that the one with like
it's Mila
the
Kunis.
Kuna?
Yeah. I've actually, I don't know. I think that going back to the clown, I think what is so disturbing and more creepy to cute is we have the doll is this like a artificial person, and a clown is also like in a way an artificial. It's like a mask on a mask, bit too much. And then when it moves slightly, like I don't know if that video is time lapse or what. And I think you can scientifically explain it all, like it's just settling, or like if there's air. I don't know what its head is made out of, but if it could be made of rubber. And like over the course of 6 hours, it could go up or down very slowly. It's still creepy as hell. That is one of the few haunted dolls I would probably not want or be like,
I
oh,
don't
that
think
one's
I
cool. I would just not fuck with it.
I don't think I would want that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have I understand, like I understand the concept of buying like a pretty like an expensive like baby doll, which is like an investment to give to like a young person to like have in their home or whatever to like grow up and then they sell it or whatever. It's like giving an expensive bag to but a kid's version. But why you would buy a something like a doll that is like a sad old man is weird. Why would you even have that in your house? But the other thing I was thinking is that like the thing about because I have been doing like a little bit of research about like um just about why things are scary and
Mhm.
like like clowns and dolls are sort of two sides of the same coin, which is like dolls, their faces never move, so you don't really know what their motivations are, right? So if they move or if they are possessed by something, you don't know if they're malevolent or if they're kind or whatever, because their faces never move. And clowns, their faces are like completely painted over with one thing. So you don't um you have no concept of what their motivation is, right? So like their emotions can be anything, but they've got this big smile on, right? So it's like wrong.
They're
Like
also like really exaggerated.
yeah. So so they're terrifying in the same way, I think.
Mhm.
I agree. It is. It's like it's a kind of a what's behind the mask, what's under the immobile face or the crazy exaggerated makeup or gestures. It is scary. And when I was very little, like Rachel, I was given dolls as a thing. In fact, I had one made for me that was a wedding doll, and they scared me at night. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Uh, Wonder why, but some of them were cool.
Because dolls come alive at night.
For me as a kid, they did, and my parents let me watch The Twilight Zone, so I was, seeing marionettes like haunting an old alcoholic, and so that's great to think about when you're 6 and trying to sleep. But I was also afraid of people in mime makeup and masks. Like that was really scary for me as a little kid. I got over it, but we had theater people around, and they might come over after a gig or something, a friend of my parents with their mask on, thinking it would be fun for me as a kid and that I would like that.
Why would no?
It's not.
No, why would they think that? Just bring the mask and like no, bad judgment.
Very bad judgment. I mean, I have the memory of the mask. It was very pretty, like a Venetian mask, white and gold, and kind of like gold streamers. But yeah, when you see that bend down towards you as a child and it's immobile and the eyes are empty, like, yeah, it's really scary.
Especially when you can't see the eyes. You mean like a Venetian like carnival mask?
Yes, very similar.
Spooky.
So in my grandparents' house, they had in their den, they had a painting of a clown up. So I was like, you know what I should buy for my grandfather's birthday is I should go to the dollar store, which was called Shane's, and they had paintings at the dollar store. Because of course they did. I didn't understand the concept of like reproduction. It was like a painting on like a fake wood background frame, like not even a frame, like the frame was part of the painting, like painted on, you know. And there was a hobo clown. So there was just like, so they're like, I was like, my grandpa's gonna love this.
Was it $1? Did it cost $1?
Yeah.
Did your grandfather love it?
I mean, of course, because I mean, I really think that anybody appreciates any present a child gives them regardless.
Yeah.
True.
And like, I think they were like, oh, well, she, made the connection of like, look, here's clown. My grandfather likes clown paintings. So, but then I don't think it ever went up on the wall. So I think I was like, why did, and like a gift doesn't get used and you're like, why didn't the hobo clown go up?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He treasured it in a different way, Lynn. He treasured it put away in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah, like you would appreciate that a kid gave it to you, but maybe you didn't want to showcase it.
I appreciate you guys so much for I appreciate you all so much for doing this. This was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for doing this. So why don't do you guys have anything? Does anybody have anything that they want to plug or let us know that to like find you somewhere?
You can come to my house.
Yeah, same. I used to. Currently I don't, but you can catch my old stuff. I streamed on there's a stream called I Have No Mouth and I Must Stream, and there are clips of that on YouTube, so you can check me out doing stupid stuff. That may start up again or it may not. And I'm Lace Transformer on Twitch.
Cool.
So
great.
Like I'm just on stuff as Kirk says. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever. If you're in LA, you can come to my house, but it's entirely digital, so enjoy that.
Yeah, so you can just get onto his island through Animal Crossing, I guess.
Yeah, if you guys want to come to do a bath or something with me with all this stuff.
With the Chucky soap.
With the Chucky stuff, the Chucky bath bomb. These are all gonna be in there with all the ghost faces. Like an asexual friendly horror bath. It doesn't actually, maybe not in my house. Maybe we'll go to like a spa or something.
Let's next episode we're all going to a spa.
Yeah.
Yay.
Haunted spa.
Haunted spa.
Thank you so much, everybody. Yes. Thanks so much. I'm the Paranormal Activity. Listening. Wrapping it up. Catch us on the next one. Bye.
Bye.